options than Dedede, but Dedede has, you know, that ability in this game to just play the zoning game. And that's definitely gonna, you know, force obmcbob to kind of just play more towards what Cheese wants to play. So as long as obmcbob can prevent Cheese from, you know, getting in that zone, then it's going to be all swell. But right now, obmcbob struggling right now in the first few seconds of this match.
I would like to call this passive-aggressive play from obmcbob, but at the same time, you know, King Dedede's big hurt boxes can't just get in the way of Sonic's dashing attempts, which can prove to be a disruptive combo, as you see right there. Can't go through the inhale, as he'll just get sucked inside instead of dashing into King Dedede's hurt box.
Oh, and here you go, huge. Speaking of hurt boxes, actually, obmcbob getting a huge combo out there, bringing back the percentage as much as he can. Throughout this first minute, I'm liking the spacing that Cheese has in general. You know, he's retreating a lot with his moves, especially, you know, F tilt, even forward air and all that stuff. Knowing that he has those big aerials, just being able to hit basically anywhere that he wants to. obmcbob still gonna play a little more careful. When you get overzealous like that, you're gonna take a lot of damage and potentially use your stock. Dedede packs a punch whenever it comes to his aerials. Oh, actually,
I saw what he was trying to do there with the inhale. Tries to get obmcbob to mash out of that inhale, but not getting the right angle from it for the upper connections. Just not. It's just unfortunate there for him.
Yeah, I like that Cheese is just ready to bring it out. Potentially again. There you go. Finally reads that mash. And Cheese takes off that first stock. And now all Cheese really needs to do is play patiently, not allow obmcbob to get options, chances like that. Unfortunately, obmcbob gonna find that stock. Unfortunate for Cheese, but hey, if you're obmcbob, you know, you were down by a little bit. Now you brought this back to 0%, and now you're just trying to find a string to potentially gain a big lead.
Yeah, and that's just one of the things that Sonic does excel at in his game plan, because a lot of people would like to know that for Sonic, you know, for his speed, his spin dashing, you know, his campiness, but people just forget he can just go aggressively, just like right now with the spin charge into the forward air, and his edge guarding ability is just like one of the better edge guards in the game.
Yeah, I agree with that a lot. Right now, especially when it comes to edge guarding, I feel like, again, Dedede has that upper edge, not because of the big aerials, but the fact that he has multiple jumps. I mean, again, Sonic really has a good tool to recover, especially that up. He covers so much distance vertically. That dash attack trying to two-frame, not going to do the trick right there for Cheese, trying to read the option for obmcbob. But again, good patience right there, not getting too antsy with his recovery, able to come back and gain stage control.
See, okay, obmcbob going for another edge guard attempt with that forward air. Just gets hit with that back air immediately. As soon as he got off the ledge, I think he used up a jump, and I don't think the spring's going to save him.
Yep, good stuff right there from Cheese, getting obmcbob to waste his jump and gimping with that Gordo. Again, Gordo really just, you know, sets the pace of this matchup, especially because when you get Gordo out there, especially just to edge guard, it's tough to come back if you're Sonic. But
almost connected there with that back air. Would have been a little bit sick for him to land, but instead, now Cheese's job here is to pack up as much damage as he can, because you never know when obmcbob can just take the stock out of nowhere.
And obmcbob is actually bleeding a lot. Again, like, I mean, I want to see him play patiently, but there really isn't much that you can do when you're playing against Dedede at a deficit. Huge up air right there, catching Cheese's landing option, finally taking that stock, and a glimpse of hope for obmcbob in this first game. Huge up tilt from Cheese, however.
Going back to this up air there, that's another aggressive use of Sonic about using a camping tool, because typically people either see spring used as a recovery tool or a way to get into the air and camp, but you can use the spring aggressively right there to take the stock, just as you've shown.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good mix-up option. Gets the up air right there from Cheese. Again, a lot of damage and a lot of kill power coming out of these aerials. Smart up B and a good usage of that directional air dodge, but no air dodge is going to save you from that back air. Cheese catching that jump and taking game at #1. Overall, an amazing game by Cheese, being able to abuse that lead that he had and, you know, choke out obmcbob.
Yeah, that's just the definition of game styles going against each other. You know, Cheese is willing to play patiently, where on the opposite side, obmcbob actually did not want to play patient, and that might be something that he needs to be adjusting here, as I think we got a run back on PS2, because obmcbob, I feel like, in my opinion, he needs to play a bit more patiently to make the Sonic work. Otherwise, you just gotta really pick your spacing out, just because that burst range is so good with the spin charge.
Yeah, I mean, easier said than done to play patiently, because even if you're gonna stay back, Gordo just is just such a huge threat. Just having that hitbox out there, you know, Cheese basically saying, hey, this is part of my stage now. If you approach, you're either going to get hit by Gordo. If you hit it back, I'm going to reflect it. You know, Gordo, again, like I said, sets the pace really for this game. But speaking of pace, obmcbob picking it up, getting 42% compared to Cheese's 24% though.
More Gordos coming in, and you know, I actually don't know if you've been noticing this throughout the whole set, but Cheese has been throwing out the inhales to counteract with the spin charge and spin dash, and that just forces obmcbob to go for an early homing attack when he really doesn't want to.
That, and also it forces him to jump, you know, get out of that range of the inhale, and so that then that allows Cheese to punish with, you know, an aerial, and that's good stuff from Cheese right there. Good awareness. obmcbob again having the lead. That hitting that forward smash definitely potentially would have taken that stock, but Dedede is a heavy character despite how big he is.
Yeah, King Dedede, one of the more heavier characters in this game, where his weight can actually just weave into a good amount of range percent. There, he tries to read the get out of the inhale option, but instead gets hit with a jet hammer.
Yeah, huge jet hammer right there, again dealing a little bit more damage. All it really takes is one good hit, maybe looking for an up air of some sorts like that from Cheese. Not going to take that stock just yet. Another nair to send obmcbob off stage. And both these players have really just been scrapping this game. Number 2, huge up air.
Yeah, unfortunately not strong enough to take to the stock just yet. But forward smash going to send him all the way across the stage. Maybe we see a spring. Yeah, we're going to see a spring get the
nice
stock maybe? No, he gets it with a forward smash frame.
Yeah, I mean, that up B right there, that recovery from Cheese, you know, it really puts you in a position of vulnerability. Speaking of vulnerability, that shield could have been broken, causing the death of obmcbob's second stock. But right now, obmcbob making use of this advantage right now, getting a hella extra credit.
Yeah, this is just one of the advantages of Sonic, because, as I said, his aggression is very good, even though people don't usually see his aggression, because, like, you usually see the Sonic players camping, but when you see Sonic go aggressive, he gets out damage and he gets it quick.
And I like how you mentioned how you don't really see an aggressive Sonic. That change of playstyle will change Cheese's, you know, game plan, because you're so used to seeing a Sonic be so campy that, you know, you're already kind of in that game plan of just staying back, waiting for him to approach. But when he's approaching a lot, what are you going to do? You're getting choked out by Sonic a lot.
You see a back row right there. Not quite powerful enough to take the stock yet. Air dodges for the Gordo, and that leads to an easy grab. Morpho not going to quite take the stock, and that's going to be obmcbob back onto the ledge. See what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Cheese is struggling to kill right now. He needs to take the stock sooner or later if he wants to, you know, potentially win this set 2-0. And there you go. Finally finds that stock with that forward air. Good stuff from Cheese. Being able to read out obmcbob's jumps, and he's been doing that very well this set.
Well, that's the luxury of having multiple jumps in the character like King Dedede. You know, Kirby and Jigglypuff also had that representation as well. Even Meta Knight, you know, you have those extra jumps, you can actually find a lot more room to read your opponent's jumps.
There you go. Finally getting that super armor to come into play with that up B. An amazing shield right there. Getting that homing attack. Blocking the homing attack. Gets the jump read. Doesn't get the jet hammer. Would have done a lot of damage. Keep obmcbob in disadvantage. And while Cheese, you know, we were talking about advantage state. Both of these players really just relying on their advantage state in general. Huge recovery right there from Cheese.
And there's a back row coming in with the Secret Stock Lars. King Dedede too heavy. It's too heavy.
Too heavy. All right, but Cheese got to watch out. The up B or a potential forwarder.
He fast fell. He fast fell.
Ah, that's unfortunate right there from obmcbob. Having that lead that entire time, and hey man, stuff like that just happens. You gotta accept it.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate fastball there, because I believe obmcbob was expecting a fastball to the ledge, but he just missed it outright.
Yeah. Yeah, let's hope that doesn't really affect obmcbob's you know, game mental just in general, because he was playing extremely well, and all of a sudden with Cheese having the lead, it's looking pretty grim for obmcbob. But Sonic, you can make a comeback.
Yeah, but this is where King Dedede and most heavyweights shine, whereas they are going to have that huge percent deficit. It's just enough to give him a lot of rage and a lot more power, like that Gordo, which actually lied to us about the game stream.
It did, really. Oh, that down smash not going to connect just yet. This back throw might finally do the trick, and there you go. 91% onto obmcbob's name. Cheese really close to finding this stock, really close to taking this set 2-0. Getting a little bit too anxious with that approach.
Inhale.
Good punish so far from him.
Yeah, there we go. Now we see the spin charge into forward air, 62%. This is still doable. That's a really high up B.
You know, I like that cancel right there from Cheese. You know, making obmcbob think, oh, is he gonna commit to it? Oh, is he gonna cancel it? So he just jumps out of the way and potentially puts himself in a state of disadvantage.
Yeah, and now this is where Sonic shines once he gets the advantage state in the ledge, but catches the wrong option as the up air just catches obmcbob on the ledge from Cheese.
Okay, huge damage rate again from obmcbob, making this comeback potentially work, but you gotta watch out when Dedede is on ledge. He has so many options to come back. Of course, Gordo, inhale, even that uppy, you know, that super armor, and especially the up air, which has been doing Cheese wonders in this set.
Yeah, you also have to wonder about landing Nair, because that's also another option that Cheese can just go for, just like that, but perfectly read by obmcbob with that forward tilt.
We're getting to the closing stages, and that will close the set. Right there, Cheese winning 2-0, and you gotta feel for obmcbob. Oh wait, yeah, this is best of 5, I believe.
It is best of 5 because this is an unfortunate small bracket. So obmcbob still has a chance to get back into the set, but you have to go back to wonder about that fastball SD that he did with the spring.
Again, I feel like that just affected him so much. You know, like I feel like he had just had that in the back of his mind that entire time, and that kind of affected his gameplay. Of course, allowing Cheese to get a lot of percentage, albeit he brought it back, but again, that sheer power from Dedede coming in clutch and taking that stock early.
Yeah, I honestly think that was a perfect adjustment from obmcbob the whole set, as we're going to see the tried and true Sonic combo up throw up air, which I hate to say it to you Sonic mains, but up air is still not consistent, and I know you all hate it. No, but like Sonic up air is like one of the best and worst moves you can possibly do, because like if it connects, you get a lot of percentage in combos, but like if it doesn't connect, you get retaliated.
Not to mention it could kill like up high in the blast zone. And right now, obmcbob having a flying start, maybe, you know, finally adapting to what he's doing wrong for the last 2 matches. Potentially, we could see a reverse 3-0 for the first set of this stream, but a huge Gordo reflect right there.
You see your back right there, bro.
What?
Stuck off the homing attack trade.
Huge stuff from Cheese right there, showing that he is not afraid to throw out some of the most outlandish options and just take the stock. Again, hey man, Cheese is in the name.
There's the landing there again, saving him from the landing options of obmcbob. Cheese just controlling the range, controlling the pace, but like even when he's behind, he's just like he finds his way to get back onto the ledge safely. Oh, maybe not after that spring though. Yeah,
pineapple. Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy, you know, watching this. Cheese's movement with Dedede has been good, avoiding a lot of things that, you know, Sonic usually should be able to hit. So, you know, seeing Cheese kind of just move around with almost little to no end lag is crazy.
See that Nair connect once again for obmcbob. I'm a little surprised that this set's going down the way it does, because you would normally expect Sonic to just go in, but you have to go back to one of the biggest traits as a heavyweight, where it's like your weight can technically take your range up to a notch because you can survive so much at high percent, but also you don't that easily lose your stocks in the normal way.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like you said, that rage coming in clutch. Ooh, but no weight is gonna save you from that F smash. Good stuff from obmcbob right there, finally getting himself quite the lead, something that's going to keep him comfortable. But Cheese chasing down Sonic. When have you ever seen Dedede chase down Sonic? Going for the jet hammer once again, but that grab going to come in clutch for obmcbob, again forcing Cheese into disadvantage.
Well, for a short amount of time before that spin charge actually ends up hitting it into the homing attack. This is like one of the things where I expected the Sonic Dedede matchup to go, where it's like one person is throwing out the Gordo, the other was just trying to pick their burst range as a Sonic speed, and this is just mayhem right now, as we do see Cheese once again on a ledge trap situation.
Yep, and again, he's just so good with that. He's so aware about what options he has on deck. You know, going for that jet hammer, such a devastating move to hit. Of course, Gordo coming in clutch once again right there for Cheese, forcing obmcbob to change up his options.
Yeah, and I just looked again at the screen, and Cheese is down to his last stock. I don't know if we've been paying attention enough, but...
First the jet hammer, now the uppy. What am I going to see? Inhale kill? Like,
I mean, it could if he doesn't have his jump.
It's possible. I mean, we've seen what happens when obmcbob, you know, doesn't have a jump and is just off stage, not knowing what is going to happen, looking for a grab. Oh, wait. Gets the inhale, sends him off stage once again, but obmcbob easily regaining center stage.
I gotta see a back air there. There is a back air. Let's see what the attention situation is. Once again, it's a spring, but it's just gonna miss. Forward smash 2 frames too late and too early.
Well, these guys looking for the grabs. Huge back air right there, catching Cheese's Air dodge.
See what happens here. Up air tries to tumble up air into the ledge. Goes for a high up.
Oh!
That's gonna straight up miss.
That recovery was crazy. I'm sorry. That movement was absolutely immaculate from Cheese, as he now needs to find an opening, you know, find that stray hit. The DDD requires so much to find this stock potentially. This is still anyone's game.
Yeah, especially with rage inbound for Cheese. You know, that's probably almost max rage, almost probably.
Yeah, once it gets to 150, you got to be extremely wary. At 69%, you can just die to the slightest hit. Good forward tilt right there from Cheese. Finally, obmcbob getting through that Gordo, and I love to see that with the spin dash. You know, finally, nice recovery right there from Cheese.
There's a forward tilt, not enough to take the stock, but I wonder if Cheese is actually going to go for another spring recovery. He does. That's a high up beat once again. Catches the forward tilt.
Sour spot, though, still alive.
Back throw might do it here. The right option gets red, but instead it's going to be a high recovery. An up smash missed again.
This is high intensity between both of these guys. They know that all it takes is one hit from each other, and it's lights out. Will obmcbob find the final hit that he's been looking for this entire time and finally get himself on the board? Or will Cheese make quick work of this and find the kill to make this 3-0?
That's just a bad left situation. Yes, Gordo forced the option, and that's the up tilt that's going to send Cheese advancing to the next round.
Yeah, I mean,